Secondly, Sophia, Joshua gathers all of the saints at Shechem. Secondly, the second piece, that I will not die before I reach my promise, is because God has shown me and provided signs for me to know that salvation is coming. The text says that when Joshua brings them together, he reminds them of the signs that God has already performed. When he brings them together, he literally shows them that God has provided signs for them to lead them in the right direction. He says, listen, I know that God is true, because while we were traveling through the wilderness, God was a pillar of fire that allowed us to see throughout the night. And during the day, God was a cloud, a pillar of clouds, so that we could follow the clouds as we move throughout the wilderness. Don't miss this. And what God wants you to know today is that the wilderness is not your last spot. The reason why your wilderness is not your last spot is because the wilderness is antithetical to the promised land. The wilderness is where things can't grow, but the promised land is where things do grow. The wilderness is a place where you're always in regret, but the promised land is a place where you rejoice. The wilderness is a place where you have sorrow, but the promised land is a place of salvation. The reason why I'm shouting today is because the signs have led me to the place where God is taking me. You thought the sickness was death, but the sickness leads you to a place where God's power resides. You thought the breakup was going to take you out, but the breakup is a sign that will point you into the place that God will restore you. As a matter of fact, I get happy when I simply think of the restorational power of who God is. Maybe this is why the psalmist declares, let the redeemed of the Lord say so. Because if you've ever been redeemed, you will understand the restorational power of who God is. God restored your health. He restored your mind. He restored